Yeah, I wanna start on my ass, bitch. I can't have no fake boy in my section. No. Wake up in the morning, count my blessings. Just in case somebody wanna test me. Just in case somebody wanna test me. Just in case someone try to finesse me. From the island, they fly like the pilot. Shorty wildin', she said I'm her desire. I'm like, ooh, drama at the fool. When I'm off that hand, me and hand. I cut off a lot of people that were evil. That shorty went see-through, you a tease, boo. Pull up in the ghost, boo, or the old school. Need to smoke a owe it to the deal what I go through. It's the fucking truth, dog, you a folk tell. Bend the bitch over, grab her by a ponytail. Yeah, ever since last, man, I started living carefree. I don't see nobody close, so baby, don't compare me. I be dripping sauce, so you see me very rarely. I got a lot of hoes, I just tell them they can share me. Whoa. Yeah, I wanna start on my ass, bitch. I can't have no fake boy in my section. Wake up in the morning, count my blessings. Just in case somebody wanna test me. Just in case somebody wanna test me. Just in case someone try to finesse me. From the island, they fly like the pilot. Shorty wildin', she said I'm her desire. I can't freeze up. Shorty brought it back to me like a Lisa. I be going hard, so don't tell me ease up. Rather buy cash, I don't want the Visa. Boy, you doing extra, you look like a reacher. Yeah, pray to God, preach. Out in LA, I turned to a chief-er. I was 19, I became a leader. That girl just a hoe, man, she ain't a keeper. Yeah, I can't let them get the best of me. I can't even talk for free, your girl talk to me. All I ever see is the ones that keep it G. I put my trust in me, then I put me in my I wanna start on my ass, bitch. I can't have no fake boy in my section. Wake up in the morning, count my blessings. Just in case somebody wanna test me. Just in case somebody wanna test me. Just in case someone try to finesse me. From the island, they fly like the pilot. Shorty wildin', she said I'm her desire.
Peace, beloved, peace. It's your homie, Young Content, the unofficial sensei of the culture, mastering youthfulness, contentment, and NFTs. And it is NFT Sniper and Shield number 23, goated year. We got a goat in the house. We got a couple goats in the house. Not only do we have a wonderful presence. Oh, snap. They switched. Oh, I got to fix that real quick. See this? This is crazy. We got Jeremy Stormsky in the building. Shout out to you. We got DeadStock. What's up, homie?
What up, homie?
What you up to, Bo? I gotta switch to your names quick. See, new move. It's all right. We fixed it. What you been up to, Jer? What you been up to, DeadStock?
Go ahead, Jeremy. How'd everything go, man? You made it in.
I think he's on mute. He's on a very important call right now with
he's still on the call?
the President of the United States, and he can't do anything until he's after that call. I think he's working with some NFT stuff with them. So give him a second. He'll unmute himself soon.
Most important things happen at 1 a.m. in Ireland, honestly. So,
you got Walshy in the hizzy. Nice apes, nice dual apes you got there, bro. What you up to? You gotta unmute your mic, fam. This man has his mic muted. Unmute your mic.
Fuck. Well, we'll start from the top. Things are going good, bro. It's always a pleasure to be here. I'm always excited to talk to the boys and to hear how everybody did in the past week. So it's great to be here. Excited to chat with you guys today.
And make sure you guys retweet this out. Let the people know this is a great story we're about to tell. And last but not least, seeing this man come up from the grocery bagging days, from Publix all the way to getting himself a CryptoPunk. The guy's kind of a legend in my eyes, and the homie that told me to start the dojo. If it wasn't for him, I would never have a fucking Discord. Shout out to Dannyukes, the man, the myth, the legend.
What it do? Thanks for having me on. It wasn't quite Publix, but yeah, like it was not quite the trenches, like a step above the trenches, you know, just kind of that like lower kind of just, I don't know. I was down and out for a little while. I didn't have a job for the longest time. Then I got a job. Then I got into crypto. And now, fuck a job. Who needs a job? All you
Who
need is
needs a
crypto.
job when your job is crypto?
Oh yeah, dude.
You kind
But
of have
it's
that
been a
whole Peter
journey.
Parker story going on, bro, and I wanted to get straight into it. The Walshy, you want to ask him the question? Because I know you guys share the same vision.
Well, Danny, I think it's going to be a long answered question, but do you want to kind of break down how you went from starting out your NFT journey to acquiring the it's kind of like the ultimate prize as far as I'm concerned, the CryptoPunk?
And
Yeah,
I hope that
so-
no one is jealous of you because you did it the right way. If you're jealous of this man, you're fucking sleeping and you're something's wrong in your brain.
We're not even acknowledging haters. Go ahead, Danny. Fuck them.
Yeah, nah, like it's anyone that's seen me from the start understands that it's been an organic grind. Like it has been just like the very first thing I got into was Axie Infinity, and I kind of got sidetracked because like with Axie, I got a team, and I was telling all my friends like, yo, you can buy an Axie for $36. And if you get 3 of them, you can play this game every day and you can get $9 every day from playing. And like, dude, it was like the hardest sell of my life. Like I could not convince any of my friends to do it. And I stopped playing after a while because I got into Top Shot. And with Top Shot, I really, dude, the thing about my entire journey, this is what people really need to understand, is that it's all been just time and place. Like the entire time, like on this journey for the past 7-8 months, however long, it's just been, well, quite honestly, I've been in this very spot, like working my day job, strapped in my computer, but I'm allowed to be on my laptop and just interacting with all of you on Twitter and Discord. And so at the time, you know, it was on Top Shot. I would be on Top Shot all day on my computer, and then at night back in the day I used to stream. You know, I would hop on stream and be like, all right, we're buying a bunch of like $50 for 50 Series 1 moments, because back in December that's how it was. Like the floor was flooded with Series 1 moments for $1. And so I scooped mad stuff up, probably spent about $2,000 to $3,000 into my entire Top Shot journey in terms of USD, and just flipped here and there, sold some stuff, bought some stuff, ended up at the peak on February 24th, which is, anyone that's been in Top Shot, I think, knows about February 24th. Like that is a infamous day in Top Shot history, because that was the peak. Like there were so many people buying. Like I'm pretty sure the floor price for any given moment on the market was between like $27 and like $40, like somewhere in that range. I've heard as high as 40, but I saw with my own eyes 27. So I'm not sure, but like that's bizarre. You know, like that should have been to everyone a top signal to sell everything, because the fact that you could sell an Avicii Zubac moment for like $130, like what the hell is that? So I missed that top signal though. You know, I missed the top signal on that one. I had about 400 moments, and I sold about 100 of them and took $20,000 in Dapper dollars, and it sat in my wallet for a while, and then I couldn't withdraw. And so what did I do? I spent all of that, reinvested into Top Shot, and unfortunately, you know, Top Shot did what Top Shot did. My account value at one point was $250,000 on moment ranks. On Evaluate Market, it was only like 215,000, but you know, serial numbers and everything, like if I had sold at the top, it was $250,000. But instead I held and held and held and slowly sold on the way down a bunch of stuff. Now my account, I have like 200 moments still. I withdrew $8,000. Account values around 40,000. Whatever. Top Shot, I hate it. You know, I'm over it. So
hold that thought right there, because that's a great thing. I need to get to the chat because they're all celebrating. It says, glad to be here, fellas. Someone said, have you heard of name tags? We'll talk about that after. Maury, shout out to you, all your innovative stuff you're doing with that Anchor Ape. I saw that. Someone said, oh, it's not a Twitter show. I was wrong. It's in the dojo. Yes, you're in the right. We do Twitter shows. We do everything. It's content crazy right now. Tigbo in the building says, gang. Yeah. hate Top Shot. I feel bad for the people who are still creating content for them. I don't feel bad. They're sticking to their guns.
It's tough because on the one, I don't hate Top Shot. I'm wrong to say that. A lot of passion in me, but hate is a strong word because Top Shot realistically got me to a very, very, very good point. Like the fact that Top Shot, like I was dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars in digital assets because of Top Shot. You know, so like I wasn't doing that with Axie beforehand. I wasn't doing that with NFTs beforehand. It was Top Shot got me to that point. And so what happened was because of that, I had a decent amount of spending money because I would just take Top Shot moments and like trade them to people for either NFTs or sell them for whatever. In fact, at one point I sold like a cosmic moment to get into like some ghost stuff, like some of the memes that were hot at one point. And I thought like at the time it was like, damn, I'm really going to give this up for this. And it turned out to be a really good flip. And like I traded a Luka Doncic card moment for a ghost. Like, can you believe that? I traded a whole Luka moment for a whole ghost. Like that's ridiculous, but none of us, who could have expected? So before I even get into the ghost conversation though, it was Nifty Gateway. And this is fucked up, and I was really embarrassed about this for the longest time, but now I feel like
you were
I can
wash
say
trading
it.
Nifty Gateway shit on real time, and he literally did it like FaZe Banks. I'm just joking.
No, this is what happened. I maxed out my credit card. I spent $10,000 that I didn't have in Nifty Gateway, and I was able to not only pay it all off, but profit off of it.
What were you minting?
Dude, everything. That for a 2-week period on Nifty Gateway, you could mint whatever was the open edition and then sell it right after for at least 1.5x.
Disclaimer.
And a couple times, yeah, disclaimer, don't fucking do this, obviously.
Holy
but
shit.
like I said, time and place, dude. Like I saw the opportunity and I was like, yeah, let's just fucking go crack out on this shit because this is gonna work. Like this is going to work. I know it's gonna work, and it did. But you don't always know that, and you know what? I really didn't know if it was gonna work.
Was
and
there a special Nifty Gateway artist that really was the catalyst for you, or was it just a hodgepodge?
I would say, yeah, the Gold Weird did a drop. You know, the little crystal pop things. They're like these little animals, and they're like little crystal figurine things. They're like 3D. They're really cool. I fuck with them. I actually still have a few. But one of the drops, I hit big. It was a 1 of 3 shiny edition, and I sold that one alone for 10,000. But even if I hit on a smaller one, like, dude, like I don't know, I profited like 25K off of Nifty Gateway probably, and I put most of that back into Top Shot, unfortunately.
Eventually, the young kids that are 15 years old are gonna hear this podcast and see that hey, this was a revolution. This was an industrial form revolution.
Don't use money you don't have.
Don't use money you don't have. I cannot stress it enough. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Like I can genuinely say that. Maybe buying a CryptoPunk, but nah, that's gonna end up being smart. Just like
CryptoPunk wasn't a bad investment though, Danny. Like that's a long-term play.
Yeah, totally.
So along the yellow brick road that you're on, you do the NFT.
Yeah,
Nifty
we're only
Gateway.
halfway there, dude. We're only halfway there. Okay, so Nifty Gateway, I'm in a decent position. I have a little bit of ETH. Not that much though. Like, let's fast forward to like Zed Run probably. I got a few horses. At one point I had about $3,000 and I invested into
put a time frame. Where are we at in this year when you're doing the Zed
Jesus,
stuff now?
dude, it's really hard. So let's see. Top Shot and Axie was December. Top Shot goes through like forever, but Nifty Gateway was late January and February. Zed was February and March. And then in April, things kind of lagged a little, I would say. I was just kind of riding everything. Like Top Shot was going down. I was doing the Top Shot Cave on Clubhouse. NFTs as a whole weren't quite where they're at now in terms of generative projects and like the current landscape of what we're seeing. But, you know, I was investing in artists like Twerky Pepe and like
Twerky Pepe.
Hell yeah, dude. Twerky Pepe's an OG in the space. You know, like one of my first NFTs. But so April was kind of like, I think, you know, like Punk's comic came out around then, you know, just kind of like oddball things. But then at the very end of April was Apes. The last thing that happened, like April 31st or 30th, whatever the last day is, was the day that Apes came out. And I was able to mint one went to bed and I was like, maybe in the morning I'll mint a second one. No. And then I held that ape for mad long. I didn't even take profits on it until, you know, a while down the road. But like 2 days after apes is when I discovered ghosts. And that was really, ghost is definitely the catalyst of how I got to a punk, because I was able to secure about 6, 7, or 8 ghosts. And though I gave a lot of them away, I still was able to keep some. And like one I sold for 0.4, I flipped one for 1.5. And I completed the airdrop for the Immortal. And that's like, that came out probably end of May, beginning of June. And that's, that was the big flip. Like I flipped my original ape up to, dude, this is fucked up too. My original ape, I flipped it up to a trippy cap ape. And then I sold that for a DMT for ape. And then I sold that for a floor ape because I was fucking around with like Voxodius and like all those other fucking random, like there was curves and fucking, you know, whatever. And so I have a bag full of ghosts that are doing okay and a bunch of random shit. And dude, I don't know, that's pretty much it. Like once the generative project started coming out, like Cool Cats definitely helped. Like I flipped mad Cool Cats. I love Cool Cats though. That's one of my favorites. Like the fact that Cool Cats and Ghosts are doing a collab, like those are easily my two favorite projects. And part of that is because how important they both were for getting me up to the position I'm in now. Because especially, I should talk about Cool Cats more because,
Hold up though, 1 second, Dan.
Yep.
Because I want people to get hype in the chat for that. Were you kind of just like throwing things at a wall and something stuck? Like you didn't give up. You didn't say.
Yeah, like that's something I've tweeted a few times, is that I have a pretty good batting average because I take a hell of a lot of swings. Like there's some projects where I'll look at it and I'll be like, no, I don't care for that project, pass. But there will be others where it's like, okay, like that one looks all right, I'll give it a go, I'll mint 5 and see how it goes. And like oftentimes like I mint those and they end up being duds. Like I'm sitting on so many like bananas, and I didn't get degens, but there's one that looked just like them that I have, and like all this other,
failed.
you know, yeah, fuck all that shit, dude. Like I don't care about any of that stuff, but there's the potential for the flip. Whereas for Cool Cats, I fucking love these things. Like I look at them and I'm like, I don't want to sell any of them regardless of how much profit I can get. And like at first it did kind of hurt. The very first Cool Cat I sold it for like 1 Ethereum, and I was like, damn, dude, that was part of my family. I made this cute little graphic with all of them. They all had a little, you know, role in the family. But I started with 30 actually, because I minted, dude, this is what happened.
Holy shit.
I minted 5 when the price was 0.06, and then the price went down to 0.02, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'll mint. Oh wait, did I mint 20 or 10? I think I only minted 10 more. So I think I only had 20. No, I minted 15 because then I don't know, whatever. I ended up with 30, and now I'm down to only like 15, but like I made a good amount off of them, and I'll continue to make a good amount because I think those, along with apes, are the top 2. Like I'm doing another power rankings that'll be out probably tomorrow night. It's apes and then Cool Cats. And like I took out punks, I took out Meebits, I took out Voxies. Like I'm trying to keep it specifically generative avatar projects that have come out in the past 2 to 3 months and have those ranked out specifically. So if anyone wants to check that out, that's on dgen.network.
Dude, I got a couple more questions for you, but I need to get to the OG Jeremy. How was that call with the president? Was that good?
It was great, man. Biden's doing good. He's in good health. He doesn't have COVID, so
does
all
he have
good
a
on
Cool Cat?
all fronts.
I think you were guys talking about Cool Cat acquisition.
Yeah, well, I was advising him to pick up a Cool Cat. I don't know if he's done so yet,
Smart
so
man.
I'll get
You're
back to you guys on that. I know the VP definitely does.
How was your
Jeremy-
day? First off,
Jeremy
I know
told
it's
him to
late
get a
there in
family.
Ireland, but you were on a call with Delphi Digital. In all seriousness.
No, I was on a call for a potential partner with Delphi. I actually can't give any details there, at least on air. Maybe off air we could chat a bit, but it was a very, very, very exciting call. So been a great day. Sort of been Thursdays are my chill day, as you guys know. So here we go. I got my beer, hanging out with my boys. Danny, pleasure to meet you, sir. And
Oh, yeah, bro.
sorry for being
Sorry
tardy,
I'm
guys,
hogging
and
the
kind of
mic,
just
honestly.
No, you're not
No,
hogging the mic.
no,
You're
no,
definitely
dude, you're
our
fucking
special
killing it.
guest.
This
You deserve
story,
to have
this
the
story
mic,
is
so.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
this is
thank you.
awesome, man. Apologies for being late.
Danny, can you tell
Sure.
me, how did you find the ghosts? How does someone find the ghosts? Okay, did you
Dude.
did a spell? Did you look under your bed? How the fuck
Yeah,
did you find
I
these
did a
ghosts, man?
seance. No, dude. So it was May 1st or May 2nd or May 3rd, one of those days. And I saw a tweet, and the tweet was like, someone bought this NFT for $3 and just sold it on secondary market. It was like 0.003 and they sold it for 0.06. And that perked up my ear because I was like, damn, that's like $3 plus a gas fee for $250. Like, what's good with that? And I hadn't even seen the art because it was a quote tweet. All I had seen was, the words. And then I clicked on the tweet, dude, and my life changed. It genuinely did. I saw the art and I was like, holy fuck, this is a big deal. This is because the whole 1 of 100 thing had never, it wasn't done up to that point. No one was doing that.
And bro,
no one was
I remember
doing
when
that
you
before
tweeted
Ghosts.
about it. You tweeted about it and you were like, everybody's making all this happy shit. And I really like how I remember you tweeted about this months ago. You're like, I like how they're showing sorrow and showing other personalities.
Yeah. It elicited a real emotion out of me that was like, this is meaningful. This is going to connect with people. You want to help this ghost. You want to save them. And so I kept it under wraps. I was like, all right, I can't say anything. I sniped one on secondary, and then I got my first one from primary that ended up being the one that I have now. That's the only one I have left. Unfortunately, I'm never going to get rid of it just because it's that one's sentimental value all day. That is I got where I needed to go because of ghosts. I don't ever have to get rid of that piece. Even if I could sell it for 50 Ethereum, it's I don't know, dude. Why would I do that? If I have all these other things that I the ghosts, that has so much meaning to me just because of the relationship I built with Gong Yang, the artist, and really there's a tweet, you can find it, going through the ghosts experience and helping GY, because early on in the early days, I was helping him. I was like, yo, you got to start a Discord, we gotta, I did a giveaway where I gave away one of my ghosts, and it got mad likes and retweets, and that brought a lot of attention in, and the floor just kept going up and up. And so that's when I realized yo, I have a passion for community building and bringing people together and doing all of the things that I've been doing for the past 2 months at this point, where now I just cracked 10,000 followers. People are starting to, it's validating, dude. It's really validating. It's amazing that I for the longest time, it was
you found your purpose, bro.
I have so much passion, but I don't know what to put it towards. It was I can't do art that well. I like music, but I can't ever get it how I want it to sound in my head. Yeah. And but then it just kind of all culminated with NFTs, because I always like gaming too, but it's I don't want to just do streaming and gaming all day. I want something meaningful, and with NFTs, it's a culmination.
Can we plant a bit of a flag there? Because what you just said is actually super, super important. And I think a lot of people are struggling with exactly what you just addressed. And that is, so many people don't know where to put their energy in the crypto space. And I think the community builder and the community manager and the community moderator is one of the most undervalued roles in crypto right now, because every single project that is coming out right now needs a good person at the helm of that community. And you just talked about that in a beautiful way, and I think another thing about crypto that draws so many of us in is that we are looking for our spot, because we are pulled by it. Quite literally, we are pulled into crypto, and we're all looking for a place to be. So if anybody's listening, take a page out of Danny's book here, get involved in a community and help build it, and that's going to be your launch pad,
Where do you find the balance,
how you
Danny,
touched upon that.
Ultimately shilling a project but also loving a project? You can't have both. It's oil and water, right? So you see it all over the NFT Twitter. It's is this person shilling, or this person actually gives a fuck about this project?
#ad.
Good question.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, it's so hard to say, because I don't I don't shill things that are paid for. Like an example is like the Cryptinies, like, or the Cryptinis or whatever. They messaged me and they were like, yo, we're gonna send you 10 of these. And I was like, don't, like, I don't really want them. And so instead of just taking the donation and letting them be in my wallet or like selling them for a profit, like I just gave them away. Like, so I got a little social status out of that. I got some likes and retweets, but you know, at the end of the day, that's harmless compared to the idea that, you know, someone would be like, oh, you just got those and sold them and you got them directly, or like you're tweeting about it because you got them. And you know, technically I did tweet about it because I got them. So maybe good on the Cryptinis, like they tricked me or something. But if I'm giving them away for free, who's really getting mad, I guess? You know, is it because I have such a status that I shouldn't even do that? You know, that's kind of where it becomes a thin line, because like you see other influencers that kind of get attacked for doing, you know, kind of the same thing, or like, I mean, I don't know. If I'm going to get paid for something or even get an NFT for someone for something, like I'm going to make it known, just because it's like, there's no reason to hide it. One, and transparency is above all else. Like I always say this, like your reputation matters so much more than, you know, like any money you can have or anything, because your reputation.
And that's why
like,
you're still a part of the Goonies, bro. You're still a part of that noble Goonie squad that's looking for that gold, bro. Like you're a part of it because you have honor and merit, and that's why I fuck with you the long way.
Because that's what it's all about. Because that's really what it's all about. Like it's, if you can't do what I'm trying to do, and like honestly, let me preface this: I didn't even start by trying to do it. It's just kind of got to this point. Like I didn't seek out projects where I was like, yo, I'll like pay you, or I'll like help you out if you give me money. You know, it's people came to me organically, and like to this point I'm only under contract with 2 teams, the BYO Pills team and the Willow Kings team. And the Willow Kings team came to me first, like back at the end of May or like beginning of June. And they're like, yo, we have a project, probably end of July we're shooting for. And we want you to be on board because we see what you do. We like that you support us, like all this stuff. And I was like, all right, yeah, you know, this is something that I haven't done, but it's something we can talk about. And then in the meantime, BYO Pills came along, and my boy Peter's a great dude. Like the BYO Pills team, like they still, like I'm still part of that team. You know, that's a good group. You know, they work hard. They are 100%. I don't know if you've been watching all the things they've been dropping, but they've got really good stuff going on. The app is coming out soon. Great things for BYO Pills. But when Peter hit me up, he was like, yeah, we want to drop in 2 weeks. We want you to like give us some ideas on where we're at now and help market it. And I helped them a lot. Like I was the one that told them, like, write up a white paper. Like people want to, you know, that's something we haven't seen in a while. A lot of projects just stopped doing white papers, when back in like January, February, everyone had a white paper. So like bring white papers back, because anyone can put together a roadmap with ideas of like what you want to do, but a white paper is, this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to do it. And that says so much more than, you know, what a lot of roadmaps and like basic things on websites say. So that was something big for them, I think. And then just basic getting the excitement out. And then something I try to tell every project that approaches me, because now at this point, like projects approach me just about every day. I say, if your project is good, it will market itself. You know, when I attached myself to BYO Pills and Willow Kings for that matter, I did it because I knew that I have 100% faith in not only this team or this project, but the vision, like what they are trying to create. As soon as we have someone else see that vision, then they're on board. Like that's all it is. So like with BYO Pills, we have over 2,000 unique holders. Like that's just people that see the vision, and we don't even have the companion app out, or we don't even have like the true deliverables that are coming. But it's
what's that Discord like to you? Just the way they talk, and you like the vibe in there. I mean, because you kind of curate that vibe, correct?
Well, no, actually, so I don't spend too much time in that Discord. I don't act as a community manager in that sense, as much as like when they brought me on, it was more marketing and consulting. but they like have community management. But it's really cool what they do because you know, the team members, they all kind of take on this anonymous role, even though they're not trying to be anonymous or anything. They just kind of to play this little game, like they're all taking on a little persona, and it's fun. Like there's kind of interaction going on a daily basis while people are waiting for either the companion app or like whatever else is going to come out, any announcements of collaborations.
You said the key word here. He said consultant. That is that is the new ICO in my opinion. These consultants that are popping up left and right. That is the new generative. All of these people here on this in the stream could be consultants. It can change our lives for like, you know, Jeremy, you're already in the field. DeadStock or Walshy, do you have any questions for Danny that you kind of just want to ask him?
Go ahead, Walsh.
Because I know you're looking at your NFT collection right now, Walshy. So
I definitely am. I'm looking at my RSOP.
I need you to focus.
I'm checking out my RSOP traits right now. It's super important. Questions for Danny? I mean, no, I think my question about the CryptoPunk come up was a big enough question for this show.
Yeah, I don't even know if I finished the story. Like,
no. So take it from you. I told you found ghosts and you just build with him. Shout out to Thailand, what they're doing, and then from that point, what was the flip that got you the CryptoPunk?
You know what it was? It was the Bored Ape Kennel Club. I got a dog, and dude, this is a really cool story actually. I sold my dog when like the day before it dropped, and I was really sad about it. I was like, damn, I really wish I didn't sell my dog. And then I bought a different dog. And when they revealed the dog that I had sold was some floor dog, and the one that I got was a nice fucking radioactive fur. And I sold it that night for 4.5 Ethereum. And then with that, dude, okay, so wait, this is actually kind of cool. So I had that, and I was like, all right, well, this is it. I can sell a ghost and an immortal, and I'll be able to get, because at the time I had both my ghosts and an immortal. And I was like, I'll be able to get like my punk. And at the time the punk floor was 15, and neither the ghost or the punk ended up, or the ghost or the immortal ended up selling. And so the punk floor blasted off. It went up to like 18, 19. And I was like, damn, dude, I really missed my opportunity. Could have had it. But then Cool Cats came along pretty much, and I was able to get a little more money, and I sold my immortal, my other ghost, and the rest is history. Turned it into a punk. Really happy with the one I got too.
Yeah, it's a really clean one. You literally got into a rocket ship. You literally traveled, got into the rocket ship, strapped in, hit the launch button, and now you're up. So it's like, that's a beautiful come up story. Like the fact that you gambled on the trade that's crazy.
So do we call you Danny 5189 now, or what do you want to?
Nah, I don't know. I feel like the Dannyukes and the punk are separate, but also it's like the Holy Spirit or some type of shit like that. Like we are one and the same.
You punk in the blockchain.
Some shit like that.
What does this mean to you to be a part of that CryptoPunk community? And are you that they embrace you? Like, how's that going?
Yeah, like they were cool when I first showed up. It was funny because like 2 weeks before I got it, I was like, yo, 2 weeks from now I'm gonna have a punk, and they're like, yeah, good luck. And I was like, fuck you guys. And then 2 weeks later, I came back with a punk, and I was like, what's good, motherfuckers? Not getting rid of me now. And then they were all like, hey, Danny, congrats. Like, cool, good for you. And so it's cool. I don't spend that much time in the Larva Labs Discord or anything like that. The way I describe it, it's like if any of you play video games, like it's like a new game plus. Like I beat the game. Like I got my CryptoPunk. It's new game.
You beat Pac-Man,
like,
the final boss.
Yeah.
Mario, you did it.
I do have one question for you, bro. So like what I was thinking is like with my investments and everything, I'm like, I can get a punk, but I keep feeling like I just want to like keep reinvesting that money. So for you, was it more like, I know it was definitely like a goal of yours and something that honestly is going to be great for your brand, and with everything that you were doing, everything's really coming together for you. Did you consider like keep flipping, or did you have that punk in mind and you were like, let me get this one now because I want this one? Or like, what was your thinking about getting it at that moment? Was it intuition, or like go through that process of why you got it right at that time?
So I was in New York City actually, and it was Catter Day, the first Saturday after the cats dropped, when like we were trying to hype it up to get to 1/8 floor, and it didn't quite get there, but I was able to sell a bunch of them for 6 ETH, and that combined with the sale of the dog, I still had around the 4 ETH from that. So I had somewhere around 10 or 11 ETH in my wallet, and I was like, dude, like this is it. Like this is the opportunity. I have to do this. And so I think I had already sold the ghost at that point. There were actually a few trades that went on between the dog and, you know, getting to the point where I had the money. But then after it happened, it was like, it's just, I knew the punk was the goal the whole time. And at one point when I had the chance at it and it slipped out of my fingers, I was like, fuck, dude, like I messed up. Like that was my chance to get a punk, you know? And then when I got that chance again, it's like, all right, you know, it's a fat investment. I've never spent anything on more in my life, or more on anything in my life. And you just got to do it. And it's crazy because I did it. And then just like that, I was back down to zero. But then BYO Pills came along like 2 days later, and I got like, you know, I ended up getting paid out. And it's like, damn, I just kind of, not as much as the punk was, obviously, like not even half of that, but still, like it's like, damn, my bag is back up. Like, let's do this. Okay, like I can invest in more stuff again. Like,
dude,
let's keep going.
I'm very proud of you that you chose to bet on yourself, because a lot of people don't even put all the chips on themselves.
Dude,
they look at the mirror and they question. And I know you always preach positivity into your community and love and acceptance, and that's just like a reflection of what's going to happen for you from coming out. It's happening.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys watch I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson, but you got to give. You gotta give. He knows. This guy knows. Hell yeah. But yeah, that's something like I gave away a ghost. I'm giving away shit all the time. Like on my Twitter right now, at any given time, you can go to my Twitter and see a giveaway going on. Like tomorrow, I'm giving away a whole Ethereum, like 1 ETH. Just gonna split it up 10
people,
ways,
right?
10 ways between 10 people to celebrate 10,000 followers. Like,
wow.
Why the fuck not, dude?
That's cool,
like,
man.
I have it at this point. The Ethereum, it's like with Top Shot, I was able to buy in and trade my way to the point where I wasn't spending real money anymore. NFTs, I was able to buy in and trade my way until I'm not spending real USD money anymore.
And that's the goal. That's the important thing.
That is the goal. That really is the goal.
Yeah.
It really is. I didn't think I would be able to get to that point so fast, but like that's kind of how it is.
Can I ask you a question?
Time and place. What's good?
You know, they say that money just amplifies who you naturally are. So with the status of having a CryptoPunk in this collection, how has this amplified you in the space, in a sense? Well, is money going to change you one day, Danny, or are you always going to be the same Danny?
I like to think no, but like everyone likes to think no. But the way I see it, like I could live exactly how I live now. Like I live with my best friends, the girl I love, and that's really, you know, all I need. Like I don't need a fat house. I don't need, you know, I don't even have a car. I can afford a car. I could go buy a Tesla right now, but I don't. Why would I buy a car? You know, who needs one? But fucking like, you know, my life doesn't have to change. And the fact that like, especially like with my Axie program, like I have like 20 people in a Discord living in the Philippines who are like itching to play Axie all day for me so that I can like pay them money, because it's, I can give them more money than they can get working a job in their own country. Like that's literally how it is right now. Like I pay my scholars like $100 a week, or like, you know, 150 every 2 weeks, something, you know, it's kind of different for everyone, but that money is so meaningful to them directly, like in the here and now, where it's like, it's passive to me. Like I can just like throw it because they're generating so much money, you know. Like once we get into the Axie conversation, that shit scales. Like I've been saying it all day. It just scales. You start small. You can literally buy Axies right now for like 0.6 Ethereum, like a nice little team. So a good investment, like $1,000. But then you can find any scholar of the thousands of people in like Bunchu Bet's Discord and be like, yo, here's the QR code, sign in, play for me all day. You can do 150 to 200 SLP in less than 6 hours. It's not really all day. They're talking about like 12, 18 hours. It's not that bad. Like you can literally, like if you just play the game for 6 hours, you'll be able to do all you can do in a day. And then it's just passive. Like I pay them $100 a week, and it's like, yes, they're lit about it. I'm lit about it because I get money. I can bring in more people. That money goes to their local economy, which they can like, it's money from the outside
economy,
yes,
bro, during COVID.
Yes.
So talk about the graduate. So like since we're going to talk about this, because I think that's the biggest thing in crypto right now, getting into something, and there's tons of things to get in. Like just find your niche, like you have, and find what you're comfortable with, and scale that shit. Find something you can stack. So you have these kids, and you bring them in, you're supporting them. Obviously, they're helping build your brand and profit and all that stuff. So then they graduate, right? And the ultimate goal is, do some of them want to? Because I know you have your first graduate, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome, brother. So are you looking to, do any of them just want to, because I know it's early still, do some of them want to stay with you, or do some of them want to graduate, have their own team, and then they can kind of go and just battle on their own and make more money for the family and shit like that?
Yeah, so the idea that I kind of get them into is that, in a month and a half, it's a real fast turnaround. Like you can get a whole team. Like I'll pay you along the way every couple of weeks when you hit these milestones of like 1,000 SLP, 2,500, 5,000. But once you hit that like 5,000,
hold on, something just the stream just cracked. I think did we lose the homie? No,
he's right there.
Where
just
is
a picture.
Jeremy
Just a picture.
Storm Sky? Dang, bummer.
Damn.
Guys, we're a podcast right now.
Holy moly, that just RFK my stream. Dang.
Positivity all day, baby. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we are.
We're still listening. We'll still rock with it.
All right, we're back. Thank God I'm a fucking technician. All right. Holy shit. That shit fucking freaked me out. Well, you guys saying?
Graduate, brother. So 1,000, 2,500, 5,000. I think you said 6-week turnaround. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like it just kind of scales because what most programs do is they'll do a split. So I've seen usually it's 50-50, but now I think it's like 70-30 is the commonplace. I'm not sure if that's in favor of the scholars, which I think it should be. Like if you're going to do a program like this, like your scholars should be, you should be getting the raw end of the deal. Let's say that, like the scholars should be the ones that are profiting the most off of the operation. That's what I think first and foremost. And I think I'm able to do that in an efficient way by paying them along the way. And then after a couple weeks, I just give them the team. Like, it's like, all right, dude, you've generated like 6,000 SLP. Let's break it down. 6,000 SLP at 30 cents a piece. It's like $1,800, right? If I can get a good Axie team right now for $1,000, like throw on the $200 for paying them along the way or however much, like I'm still profiting like $400, $600. I don't know. I'm bad at math, but something along those lines. And I'm not even doing anything, So it makes sense, and it's a fast turnaround for them to the point where now after less than 2 months of playing, they have their own team and they can generate all of that money for themselves. And I encourage them to play for yourself, but also like you can stay a scholar with me and like keep going after those benchmarks. And there's a screenshot of what I have in my server, like kind of showing like the roadmap for incentives. Like you get 100 here, 100 here. And then at the end, once you get to the 5,000, 6,000 mark, that's when you can either graduate and take your own team, or I can give you just $300 direct and you start the process over. And so what I'm trying to encourage, once my people graduate, I'm going to be like, all right, give your team to your brother or something, or your sister or your wife or your whatever, and still be my scholar and do it again. And like, just keep going through the process and keep just earning the money. Yeah, and nice. Because there's no shortage of scholars. Like there's thousands of people that are itching to play this game because it's more worthwhile than doing, a minimum wage job, or in many cases, nothing, because COVID is still,
Danny,
really big in third world countries.
Jeremy, don't you have like information behind Delphi Digital when it comes to Axie or something like that? That you kind of, it's ringing bells here.
I mean, like we're talking more about like YGG in general, and like you're actually just segueing into the point I wanted to make. It's like if you feel like you have missed the Axie Scholar train, like if you don't have the like 1,000 to sort of invest, and no, I agree with you, Danny. I don't think you have either. But like, let's say that you don't have a big bag of ETH or anything like that. Like you'll be able to do other scholarship programs in the future with other games as well. Like Illuvium, for example. Like I don't have any Axie Scholars. I'm looking into it myself, but I'm kind of waiting for Illuvium to come around the corner because I have a big Illuvium bag, and when Illuvium launches, I'll be able to deploy a lot of scholarships. So like if you feel like Axie isn't your jam, if you're not feeling like you want to pull the trigger, do a bit of research, find the next play to earn game because there's a lot of them out there right now, and YGG probably has them in their Discord on their like partnership list, and then start building a bag there, stake some tokens. So like there's a lot of different ways to earn passive income in this space, and there's a lot of ways to generate wealth like outside of like flipping generative art. And no diss on generative art, but like there's a lot of different ways to monetize different aspects of the play to earn and crypto gaming world. So find your niche, invest in yourself like we've been talking about, and then start building your brand.
Nice.
So lots of different ways to take it.
Shout out to 6-9, my homie Rashad Collins, gang. He picked himself up a cool cat today. You're the man, local homie. Seen the kid grow up.
We were talking last night. He made the move. He was like, yo, should I do this? And he's like, boom, boom. And I was like, yo, do cool cats, because I was like, bro, with the drop coming in, the ghost and stuff. So he grabbed it last night. He's under the snapshot, so he should be getting the ghost cool cat.
Guys, can you talk about there's only 1,000 Walshy ghost collabs that are getting airdropped, or everyone gets a ghost collab that has a cool cat? What's that like?
Looks like it's going to unique holders from. I'll check again really quickly. I have the screen up right now. So the last time I checked, I think that there was just under, I want to say like 3,000 or 4,000 editions of the NFT in question. So it seems like maybe it's going to wallets rather than individual cool cats.
Which I will get one, you're saying?
If you have a cool cat in you should be getting one, I believe. There's no reason you shouldn't get one if you have one in your wallet.
Yeah, the chat is popping off right now.
Yeah, think about the numbers.
3,900.
There's only less than 3,300 or whatever.
3,900. There's 3,900, roughly 3,880 is the exact number. And it would, I don't know what the exact unique owners are, but maybe that's what's going on. If every wallet's getting one, maybe it's not per cat, it's per address.
Nice.
I don't think it'd be per cat. I think it'd be per address, honestly.
But the floor price we're seeing right now is like a quarter of an ETH, which is nice.
That's rad. I wanted to kind of discuss, because we did the come up story. Now we're moving on to the next section, which is the current events of NFTs. And I know that, Pudgy Penguins was a thing today. You guys did some gentlemen's club stuff. You had that 12-year-old that people verified. What are some current events in your I just want to go to the round table that you guys are seeing inside the NFT sphere?
I think I could kick this one off. The most recent announcement I saw this morning, I think it dropped last night, I think when I was sleeping. That might be a little bit off as far as timeline goes, but IMX, Immutable X, finally announced their token, and they were announced the way they're going to do their airdrop as well. So if you're a Gods Unchained holder, Young, you're going to love this if you haven't seen it yet, man. If you hold Gods Unchained cards on IMX, you are eligible for a snapshot that was taken before the
Not only am I getting IMX,
today,
Jeremy, I'm getting Gods tokens as well. I'm getting a bunch of stuff. The Gods Unchained, we've been through a lot. Axie has killed us, but we're coming back. We're still alive. DeadStock, you have anything in the current events?
But you also have a chance to pick up that airdrop as well still.
Say what, Jeremy? Sorry. You're taking a swig. I couldn't.
Sorry, my internet's a bit crappy right now. But no, so with the IMX token, even if you weren't eligible for the first airdrop, you could still go on, play Gods Unchained, and pick up GU cards and be eligible for the second round of their drop, which I think happens in like a week or two or something like that. So if you're interested in IMX, check out Gods Unchained. You could earn some free tokens if you play a little bit.
That's fire. And probably you can stake those, wager games. I don't know. Maybe if YGG and Gods Unchained could work together, hit me up. DeadStock, do you have any information around the current events of NFTs? Sorry.
Current events, man, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of like Danny in the sense where I try to stay aware as much as possible. A lot of things that's going down, but I try to stick to a very few because, like he said, I'm very similar in the baseball theory where you know, you don't have to hit 100% or 50%. You just have to make sure you have an eye for quality and mix it with what you like. And so recently, this past weekend, which you already know, I sold my very first ape, my virgin ape that I bought for 0.5, and I sold that in the dog, and I was able to get 10 ETH, and I really just redistributed everything back into projects that I do like. You know, I grabbed an exotic cool cat because we like the cats, we love the cats.
We like the cats.
You know what I'm saying? I grabbed a you know, those goats that are out. You know, I only have 2 of them, but one's a Kobe, one's a Jordan, and I just realized the other day that they have a Yankee jersey, so I grabbed one with a Yankee jersey. I grabbed a you know, I grabbed some rats. I grabbed 4 rats.
Shout out to the sewer rats.
Shout, I know you love the sewer rats, and I grabbed those because
they're in the chat
easy.
too.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, it's an easy point too, but with the chiz tokens, I was able to spend that 35, and it's really only 25,000, and I minted like there's only 7 of these devil rats, and that's the one that I got for free. So so it was just like, you know,
dude, sewer rats. Yeah,
bro,
dude,
they're low key, bro. I know Dannyukes
so
are in there too.
low-key.
Holy shit!
I'm a bag holder. I got like 40 of them, bro.
Holy moly!
One night
People
I
have been
swept the
shitting on
floor.
sewer rats since the beginning, bro, and it's been really sad to see. But I've been there with Strong Hands, who's a Gods Unchained OG, just fucking bullish, and I can't believe Dannyukes are in there too.
Dude, bags of them.
Bags of them, baby. And so like I was looking at them. I didn't mint them initially, but I was watching them because it was a slow sell. But I don't mind when something is a slow burn if I can see that the team and the community is rallying and doing what they're doing. I mean, I've made it through obviously with AP Mine and stuff. I've seen stuff burn and rise back up just because of the community. And so when you see a team that doesn't leave the community and it's working and the community digs it, you know, what do they have? 8.8, you know, almost 9,000, and now they only need like 1,300 to sell out now. And so they have a lot of stuff going. And then, you know, I bought a couple of qubits. I bought a couple of the Avaverse and just kind of diversified through some of the stuff. And that's really the play at the moment. I think with new stuff that's coming up, I know we got Parallel coming out on Friday. You know, I know, what's it? Penelope's, another cat project dropped. I've been watching it. I haven't minted it.
What, the Stoner Cats?
Yeah, the Stoner Cats are something separate with the Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. And then I know we got a couple things going on with the Subducts and the Craniums, and there's one called Vogu, and obviously everybody's on top of Art Blocks Curated. And I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to. I'm strictly almost waiting for Meta Heroes next month, because I think Meta Heroes is gonna
Meta Heroes is gonna be huge. I've seen some of the artwork dropping from that. Oh my god!
But I do have a question for Danny. Actually, Danny, what do you think of that crypto holder project? Have you seen it? Have you looked at it?
Yeah. No, I haven't like looked too much into it. I don't know, dude. At this point, like a project really has to reel me in at first glance for me to really go for it. Like sometimes if someone badgers me and they're like, "Come on, it's a really good one," like, trust me, like, look at the tokenomics, like, we're doing things others aren't doing, I'll be like, all right, whatever. Like, shout out to the Buzzed Bears. That's how I feel about them. But you know what? They are doing some cool things. So I'm with that one. But like, no, you know, I don't know much about the crypto hodlers. Like I didn't get into the DGens.
You didn't hear Francie Shiba, dude, and you just didn't want to ape in?
Oh yeah, that's that one. That's that one too. Yeah, no. Like, no.
Like, that's the way, and that's the way it should be though, because a lot of times we're joking and everybody's like, they're always asking, I know you get it too, like, what's the play today, what's the play this week and everything, and I'm like, sometimes I hold back from telling them, like, I'm not jumping in like 80% of the shit that you guys are jumping into, because like that's not how you do it. I know everybody, but that's because they tell you, they're like, I'm in the, I just want, but they tell you up front what they're doing. I mean, I know technically everything's speculation, but they're like, I just want to see if I can flip. I mean, there's better ways to attack projects at this point with what's out there, or stack up your ETH and just buy into good stuff.
Here's my thing.
Guys,
go ahead, please go ahead.
Can we just talk about Pranksy's VC fund for a moment? Have you guys been like paying any attention to that? I don't even know, a VC, a venture capitalist fund. Pranksy recently launched. Or no, sorry, not Pranksy, Beanie. Excuse me, Beanie
Capital.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I didn't know Pranksy did one, but
Capital.
I knew Beanie did. Yeah.
Beanie recently launched one. No, dude, like Beanie recently launched one, and I like help run a legit NFT fund for Delphi with G Money, and like watching Beanie talk about how they're running their fund, like every single thing he tweets about, it's just like, dude, you're going about this the total wrong way. Like the other day, I saw somebody tweeting about Beanie Capital, and they were literally like, it's a major red flag. I'm sorry, I'm talking shit here. I'm just prefacing
No,
it with that.
speak your truth,
They're
King.
like, it's a major red flag for us if we're in contact. Well, they're just like, it's a major red flag for us if a founder of a project like immediately wants to get in contact with us and like drops a Calendly link. I'm like, dude, a founder of a project that's like actually genuinely interested in working with you, who wants to get into contact, is a good thing. Like you want to be talking to like founders. Like what, do you want to
Dude,
beat around the bush with founders and like play hard to get? You know? And then like I think like one of their first investments like was just this complete garbage investment. I'm just like, what is going on here? But it's like it's this weird like, oh, all of a sudden I'm a big player in the space, and it's like I don't get it. Like watching it is just like watching a train wreck in slow motion. And I'm all due respect to Beanie, he's done very well for himself, but like I just don't know what's going on there at all.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Nah, dude, he's a polarizing figure. You know, I respect Beanie. I don't know if I necessarily like him. Like we've been in spaces together, like we've talked, but like the thing about Beanie is that he is just going to do what he does, and you can't let him get to you, I guess, because some people are like so pressed about everything he does, and like, but at the end of the day, it's like it's kind of like a bee. Just like don't look at it, leave it alone, and it'll leave you alone. Like I don't know.
You know what? This leads into like a question I actually had for you, Danny, because I would imagine you know who G Money is, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So like working with G Money, like I'm helping kind of G Money build out his brand right now, and we have a lot of conversations about how to build that brand out. And you know, Beanie is building out his brand, Pranksy is building out his brand, and you touched upon this earlier. Like when you're building out a brand, you have to be very careful with how you present yourself every single day, and you have to have a really concise long-term vision about like where you're going with your brand. And you even touched upon it earlier, like reputation is absolutely everything in this space. And so when I see all these like different polarizing things, you know, like there's like the Donald Trump approach where it's like get everybody really fired up, or be like a really respectable figure in the space that has like a really clean reputation and brand.
DCL brother.
So there you go. Thank you. Perfect example. Yeah. Two different sides of the spectrum there, Maddie and then Beanie, you know? So I'd love to get your like insights, Danny, on like how you view building your brand and like where you see like your long-term brand going, and like I guess how you're working to get there. I know it's a very broad question, but I'd love to get like a high level.
It's tough because like the Dannyukes brand has been alive since like 2015. Like Dannyukes, like that's just, you know, I play ukulele, and yeah, exactly. You know, back in college, I was going up on stage doing ukulele concerts, and people would be like, "Hey, Dannyukes," you know. But like this, like it was always just kind of like, you know, how do we take this and make it something? But now it's like, all right, we're making this something. What do we make it into? And for me specifically, I'm still like trying to figure it out, because like I just try to be genuine the whole time. Like, cause I'm a very Tao type person, like Taoism, like the way of the uncarved block type shit. Like I just go with the flow. Like if like you hit me up to come on stream, all right, bet. Like I'm not one to really have my own show or make my own content like that, just because it's like I find my success in doing what others need of me. I think that's really the bottom line. I think that's just what it is. Like I thrive when someone is like, yo, I need you to do this for me at this level. And it's like, all right, bet, let me do this for you. So
I really appreciate that. Yeah. I really appreciate that insight, but I'm gonna push it a little bit more though. Like, I guess, where do you see your brand going? How would you like to build out your brand? And like, do you have a bigger vision for the Dannyukes brand, especially now that you have this punk?
Brand? Are you going to create a comic? What are you gonna do? Use your avatars in a comic? What are any tangibles?
You want to hear what the grand idea was for the longest time? I'm gonna let you in on some real Dannyukes insight. Before I knew anything about crypto, before anything, it was create society. Like create society was my big vision. I don't know how it incorporates with the modern day of how I see NFTs and everything, but I was like, there's so many passionate, creative people in the world, and they just don't get to work with each other. And so the big I don't know, dude, I'm not going to get into the weeds of it, but my big idea was, what if there was like an app that kind of mixed like Twitter, Tinder, and SoundCloud, where it's like all of these artists and creatives are on one platform together, and you just, any piece of content you post right there. And then if you see like the Tinder aspect is like just anyone's profile just goes on your screen, and it's like, all right, this is Jamaican folk music, pass. This is someone's doing fucking like clay animations. All right, that's cool. I'll take that one, add it to my feed. And eventually you just like swipe, swipe, swipe. You have an endless supply of artists. And now you have a curated feed of just dope shit that you think is cool. And then you have access to them whenever you want, because what if as soon as you swipe right on someone, it's like you get a notification, oh, this person followed me. You can check out their profile. Oh, they have cool shit. Swipe right. Bang, you guys are a mutual connection. Now you can start a DM with each other and work on some shit and collab. That was my big idea. Like all through college, I wanted to do that, but I didn't know how to do it because I'm not a coder or anything. And now, you know what?
But now maybe that's more of a reality for you, because all you got to do is pitch it. What are you going to say, Jeremy?
That's the fucking move.
It sounds like what you're describing almost sounds like, were you guys ever familiar with like StumbleUpon? It sounds like similar to that.
It sounds familiar, but I
got to do that research on that.
So StumbleUpon was like an old website where like you basically like go to this internet browser and they just like pull the like most random interesting shit from the internet, and like you're stumbling upon something really cool and really unique. And it was like an absolutely really cool way to like stumble upon something.
Yeah.
And I guess not Twitter, but Instagram has kind of done that with their like their I guess like browser or whatever, where you can just like kind of scroll through shit.
And, like,
More akin to Pinterest, I'd say.
Yeah,
Pinterest too. Yeah,
but
similar.
But like, sorry, I didn't mean to like detract from your vision there. But
no, you're good.
But that's a really interesting vision, because like once you begin to kind of go down that road, it's like you also could like introduce a really unique crowdfunding aspect into that as well, to where like if you match up with somebody, and especially when you introduce crypto into that,
though, guys, in a sense.
That's why I'm saying, like,
so.
I don't know how it like blends in with, you know, the idea of Web3, but like as a Web2 app, like it makes perfect sense, you know, as like the idea of that. I open my phone, I have one tab that's my curated list of all of everyone that I follow's art, and I can just scroll that and look for dope shit. There's another tab that is an endless supply of artists I've never seen before that I can swipe through and decide whether I like them or not. And then there's like my messages tab, and I can even probably go through and look at accounts that I swiped left on, and maybe I go through and now I like something that I didn't like, you know, just like, and building that out. That's such a basic thing that I think creatives just don't have. Like there's no way for a musician right now to, I mean, obviously like Twitter or Discord you can, but like for it to be like organically like, hey, you found my stuff and I like it, and I found your stuff and you like it, or like vice versa or whatever, and now let's move forward and collaborate, even though you're in Germany and I'm in, you know, New York. You know, that's the big idea, and it's capable right now. It can happen on Twitter, but I don't think it happens as much as it possibly can happen.
You know what's going to be the driver for it? You and Walshy. I think Gary V follows you both.
Yeah,
or something like that.
He does follow me. That's cool.
And that's one pitch away. I wanted to get to a Walshy because he's just been, I don't know what he's doing. He's in the laboratory. Walshy, you always have, you know, inside the Discord of the dojo, there's something called Walshy's Big Events. And I take it very seriously, because Walshy was always giving me good alpha. I need you to leak some alpha for us, guy. All right? I need you to give us what's on your radar. I always take your opinion serious. Shout out to the chat, though. Says, Kutcher's in the game. Someone asked about name tags. Someone said, Mr. King said, awesome show. Thanks for your time and effort and good vibes. Mr. King, thank you. What do you think about name tag? Well, all right. They keep asking about name tag.
Name tag's not something I got into, so I can't really speak on name tag, but I'll look into it after the show for sure. But there's a project that comes to mind, Young, whenever you're asking for a bit of an alpha leak. And this is more of like an art project crossed with a little bit of tech. So not necessarily an investment, not financial advice, but Proof of Beauty's hash. So it's Proof of Beauty's hash once again. And what it is, it's pretty cool, actually. You can take a transaction hash and actually run it through, I guess they must run it through some type of code, I would assume. and the end result is an artwork. So you can make a physical representation out of any transaction hash on the ETH network. And it's pretty cool because I was lucky enough to have gotten on early. And just for an example here, I got Vitalik Buterin, or Vitalik.eth. I got his first ever ERC 1155 transfer. So it's kind of a significant event. It's kind of a, you know, a cool transaction hash to have. And it actually translates quite well into a generative art piece.
You talking about like oil painting looking canvas style, or more like AI generated with zeros and ones?
Dude, the art that it's produced, like literally, like when I saw that, the second I saw that in the dojo, dude, like I was hooked. It's like some of the best art I've seen in a minute because it's so minimalist. It's so good, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like it's kind of hard to explain, Young, just by looking at it, but you're not going to automatically think generative art when you see it. It just kind of looks like an abstract print that you would see in a hallway or in an office with geometric patterns, right? Like it's nothing too extravagant, but it's still cool at the same time. And
does that pass Walshy's checklist in a sense?
Well, I mean, it's just something cool to check out. Like as far as something that kind of crosses art and a bit of technology, it checks a lot of my boxes for sure. And it's something unique in a time where we're seeing a lot of these avatar projects and things are kind of getting stale. We're seeing a lot of the same thing, a lot of repetition. It's something new, you know, and something different.
Can you plug in that website or that Twitter so the audience can
I can share it on both YouTube and the dojo for sure.
I would love to segue here back to Danny, because this is a conversation we've had, and maybe Danny, you've seen us have it on the stream before, but Walsh, you just said, you know, some of the stuff is getting a bit stale. And so I've began thinking about when we look back on this time in history, what highlights will we pull from the generative art, from the avatar PFP? Like, what are we going to pull from that? Like, what sort of tech do you think that we are developing right now that will power the next wave of NFTs? So just like for some context and for an example, I think right now we're seeing great ways to build community. We've seen that like FOMO bonding curves like might not be the best way to sell things, but they're good in certain circumstances. Like I'd love to like hear your insight here, like on what you think we're kind of scratching the surface of, and like what we're figuring out outside of like flipping and making money, if that makes sense.
Good question.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely a good question, because it feels like a trial and error period right now. Like a lot of for a lot of probably developers and artists and, you know, everything really, this is, you know, they've probably been around since March. You know, that's a lot of these projects that have started popping up. They're 2-month-long projects from thinking about it to execution and minting. So, you know, a lot of the artists are probably, one, making a decent amount of money where it's like, all right, well, I'm figuring this out, but also like, you know, we as collectors, we're getting smarter. So, you know, your question is valid, because it's like, of these practices, like now just minting a 10,000 generative whatever with the promise of a whatever verse, like that just doesn't fly anymore, because it has to be, I don't know. It does fly though. It's really all about hype. It's crazy. Like we're still in such a immature part of this process, you know? No, go ahead. Maybe
let me focus the question a little bit more though. No, that's very, very valuable insights, but like let me focus the question a little bit more. Like what tech do you think we are rounding out at the moment that we can extract from the PFP movement that will help us in the future? Like when we look back on this, like do you think there will be standout things that we figured out in this phase? And if so, like can you identify any of those? And like I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, so I apologize for that. I put some thought into this.
It's a good question.
Maybe tokenomics of your PFP, like, in a sense,
where
there's
you can
like build an internal economy behind the token.
I think he also answered the question though at the same time when he was asking it, because when you look at it, let's go back to punks. Jeremy always likes to take a step back. So we look at punks. Came out 4 years ago. We see what they've been able to do, but there's a community. But Larva Labs kind of like does their own thing, and then they obviously came out with Me Bits, and we saw all that stuff. But now with Bored Ape, would you say it is the community development like that is like we're looking at tech, but isn't isn't the thing that's going to push this stuff forward. Is the utility of bringing the people together,
Yeah.
and being able to build together and then
Yeah.
work from that to go and do something with that stuff. Because I mean, technology wise, what do people want?
Yeah.
They want to be part of something, and that's what these
You could
things
say
are offering.
fucking holograms. I don't fucking know.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, once you get into the metaverse.
Here, let's specifically talk about a few things. So like ethlings, for example, they're the first one to come around with the ERC 1155 or something like that, right? Where you can take swap on and off the clothes and everything. So that is something like tech wise, like that's going to be something that's implemented in future projects. Like I'm pretty sure Beanie might be coming out with something soon. So like tech wise, like yes, but I'm trying to think about the deeper question of like, what are these projects doing specifically that are working so well beyond the community?
Yeah.
Because any project that like has a good, like I said earlier, that has a decent enough NFT product or project, it can foster a community and people can get excited about it. And a lot of times ideas come from the community, but when there's a project that off rip is like, yo, this is what we're doing and this is why you should be excited about it. So that's like, for example, the sewerrats. Like that's why they, I think, are so cool and successful. And even, successful is honestly an interesting question because they still haven't sold out of their mint, but the Discord is popping and the floor price on them is, holding steady at 0.03, which is 0.2 under minting cost. But regardless, like people enjoy being a part of the community, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. So dude, I don't even know. I'm getting away from the question. I'm not even sure how to answer the question.
No,
I think honestly, your answer
you're actually you're nailing it.
They're already ahead of the game.
No, hold on. Before we go down the Axie road, I think.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. Before we go down the Axie road, just to kind of like put a bow on what Danny was saying, I think maybe something to extract from that is we're onboarding people deeper into crypto through the generative art and through the PFP because people are understanding crypto at a deeper level and they're able to interact with crypto on a deeper level. And Axie is also doing that because like crypto gaming is a Trojan horse for crypto and for DeFi, and it's the crossroads. It's where those two things meet. And maybe generative art is doing that in the same sort of way to where people are learning slowly as we discover this process in community building and how crypto and tokenomics works. Like Punk's comic is a perfect example of that. Like a lot of people had a hard time wrapping their heads around that, but once you did, you're like, holy shit, the technology here is crazy. And then once you understand that, you could transfer that knowledge into other projects, and then you just raised your bar, you just raised your crypto native level. So maybe that's something that's incredibly valuable that's like happening like behind the scenes, that and as to where when we move into the future, now we have thousands if not millions more people that are much more crypto native that helps elevate the space as a whole.
And shout out to your brother Dannyukes, Benjamin for Chicken Derby. I think with the mobile gaming aspect he does with that is going to hook a lot of people into the space.
Yeah, I think that's the whole utility of it right there, what you guys are talking about. We always want to see like, oh, what project is going to push the boundaries, but things have to crawl before they walk and walk before they run. And a lot of times it's like the demand for we want this is like live in the now. Like we're going to be in the future, but the building blocks are right now. And right now we want more people into crypto. We want more people in NFTs. We want more people getting in on this stuff, and that's what this stuff is doing right now.
Way to bring
I
it
said
home,
it the
champ.
other day. We're gonna look back in like even 6 months, year, 2 years, and we're gonna think that was the golden days. From February up until probably the next couple months, maybe like this is. I think we're gonna look back and think, what the fuck? We were spending millions of dollars on pictures of rats because of a promise of rats is a bad example of pictures of fucking bulls because of a promise of whatever. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm getting 4
on the bulls.
Bears. Okay, I got 4 bulls. I'm getting 4 bears. I'm gonna come for that CryptoPunk that you have. All right.
It's just stupid. Like I look at my wallet on OpenSea and I'm like, Jesus, what a bunch of junk. Like isn't that so sad?
But
like,
isn't it
and it's all has value though.
That's the journey though, isn't it? Like we started with the CryptoPunk and even some of these games, and like not everybody was playing, and back then everybody didn't want to fucking get a CryptoPunk because it wasn't worth anything. They want it now because it has value. But Now we're going from that to Bored Ape Yacht Club rekindling the profile pic gold rush, but that's going to eventually die down. And what we're looking at now is exactly what everybody wants to see, which is now we're seeing these games finally come to fruition.
Yes.
And the utility of it, whether it is a profile pic, you're part of a community, bringing people together to collab, and then on top of that, now that you hold this and you're part of the community, you get airdrops and all the special shit or discounts or merch, blah blah blah, and then you got these games that are coming out with the utility, whether it's going to be the Royal Society with the card playing, or actually where you're able to generate income, play to earn and stuff like that. And then the future is going to be even more epic once we can get into these metaverses and really interact and have these metaverse meetings. And one day we could be having a young content NFT snipers type of show, and it's not going to be us on a video screen. It's going to be our metaverse characters that we're using, and go meta.
We'll be on stage. We'll be on stage during like a panel, and all of our fans will be out in the audience, just fucking popping up. That's how it'll be.
You already got it, bro. That's
I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now with Delphi Digital, we have just recently invested in a company that will allow you to do exactly that. But I can't share any details. So
nice.
Yo, Walshy, what's your intake on all this? I know you're a humble giant, so you're always. What's your intake on all that?
I mean, I kind of see it all going in the same direction as well. As far as like right now, what we're going through as far as like discovery and all that, yeah, we're definitely, times are really good right now, in my opinion, right? Like, it's not realistic I don't think it's realistic to think that it's going to continue being this easy to bring in this kind of money off of these NFTs. Maybe I'm wrong, and we're in a gold rush that's going to last for a good long while, but I think that being aware that we're very, very fortunate right now is important, because like I've worked a lot of jobs that weren't so pleasant in my life. So really being able to do this is just it's a blessing. And yeah, like I say, that gratitude, I think, is an important thing to have and hang on to, and realize how great times are right now.
Wow. I think you just literally pulled it back full circle, talking about Danny's come up story. I know he's grateful. He practices contentment like a champion. Taoism, I heard you, bro. We're on the same frequency. And, this, honestly, guys, this conversation, just hearing from the chat, was really deep. I mean, we dropped some alpha. You heard this beautiful story. I'm pretty sure, like, for the next 10 years, someone's going to watch this video and be like, dude, this man became a metaverse superstar, and he started as nothing. Like DeadStock, you, Walshy.
Dude,
are we missing anything here, guys? Because I do have a elephant to go scrub. It needs a bath, and I don't want to neglect it. Last week was a dolphin. It's just the animal kingdom is always changing here. I got a big zoo in the backyard.
Nice.
Let me shout out one other project that I didn't bring up, that I didn't mention, that I probably should have.
Please.
Penelope's Country Club. That's
Penelope's. I do have 2 of them bad boys.
Like, look into it. Don't just go buy one because I mentioned it. Like, actually go read the roadmap. I honestly feel like this project has a more involved roadmap than most others right now, and they're promising to basically commit to a 2+ year roadmap, if I'm not mistaken. So they're promising a great deal, and kind of knowing who's behind this project, it's a team that we can trust. So it's worth having a look at the roadmap, see what you think.
What is it called again?
Penelope's Country Club.
Penelope's.
Yeah.
Penelope.
You got her. I happen to hold cat number 4, so have a look and see if you like what you see.
So can you put the link in the chat, because Tamaru, I'm sorry I have a butcher name, forgive me, wants to know. Jeremy, do you have any alpha you want to say before we roll out of here? I think we've literally been in here for an hour and a half, and it's been really nice. It's been really fun.
No, man, I actually don't have a bunch of alpha to drop here. I think like the IMX was kind of like just highlighting a cool announcement. And I think we touched upon a lot of like incredible things. So I'll save my final comments for the final comments section of our show.
For sure. What about you, DeadStock?
No, I'm ready for final comments. If it's alpha, I'm using it, and then I'll say it later. Honestly, there's nothing new that's coming out. I'm pretty sure we covered everything that at this point over the next week up to next 2 weeks.
So you know how it's always done. every time, if we're gonna go straight to it, I want everyone to channel their inner sensei. I'm gonna give Danny the last word because he's our special guest. I guess I'll go first. I got an elephant to rub. I love you guys. I broke 1,000 followers. The toy is still for sale. The poodle. I've learned that I'm not trying to attract quick flippers. I'm trying to build this community for the longevity. I can't do it without you. Everyone in the chat, I really appreciate you. Master contentment. That's my last word. And you're valued and you're loved. Walshy, you have something to say? Channel your inner sensei.
Just networking is probably the most important thing that I've done since I got here. It's yielded me the best results in all facets, financially, and making friends obviously is priceless. So I know, as cheesy as that sounds, that's my advice.
That's not cheesy at all, man. That's a cheese whiz sandwich that I'll eat all the time. DeadStock, you have some guru wisdom, my guru friend?
Yeah. You know what? With Danny
you.
being here, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. Love y'all family and stuff like that. I think the biggest thing is referencing Danny, with Danny being here, and I think it's a big thing. It's two things, really. Keep it simple. Three things. Keep it simple. Do what you love, and also don't be afraid to give. Don't be afraid to give. A lot of people, when you see it a lot of times, it's the difference between an abundance mindset and a small mindset, where people who have and want to hold on to stuff, you know, they're not going to make it because they're trying to protect. They're in defensive mode. So a lot of times what you have to accept the fact is you got to put money into play. You got to make good decisions, but don't be afraid to give. Don't be afraid to give alpha. You know, obviously don't put yourself in bad positions, make good decisions, but don't be afraid to give out alpha. Don't be afraid to share a project that you enjoy or love or that you're talking about. Don't be afraid to give out an NFT. Yeah, so a lot of these NFTs could be worth something in a matter of time, or, you know, stuff like that. But you know what? If you're on the journey and you're doing things the right way, it's going to be reciprocated. You're going to, just like Walshy said, you're going to be able to network. You're going to be able to replicate it. You're going to build a brand, and it's really going to come back tenfold anyway, because people see that you're a genuine person. So I think that's really the biggest thing. Don't be afraid to give. Don't be afraid to, you know, do your part, and whatever you can provide the community or your friends and family. It doesn't have to be a lot of people, you know, do it and then see what happens. You'll be happy with it.
You know what I love about you, DeadStock? You're unapologetic, and you're able to tell the hard truth in a loving way. It's beautiful.
I know. I appreciate that. And Danny knows this as a fellow Daniel. You know, well, he doesn't like Daniel, but he likes Dan. I know.
No, dude, it's not Daniel. It's not.
No,
birth certificate is just Dan, bro. It's not Daniel.
That's what I was gonna. That's
Don't
why I corrected it. That's why. Yeah. Well, we had a joke about this because he put out a tweet one day and he was like, I don't like when people call me Daniel, and I responded. I was like, I hate it when people call me Danny, because same thing, vice versa.
Yeah. I remember that. Yep.
Him and I meet in the middle at Dan, and but Dan's don't take any shit. Like, it is what it is. We do what we fucking want. We're passionate, which is, you know, it's the way to be. So yeah, that's how we roll.
Hell
bro.
yeah, bro.
For sure.
Hell yeah, bro.
So Jeremy, you have last thoughts, man? I know you're gonna give us some Shakespearean NFT wisdom here.
I mean, before we dive into that, first of all, you know, Danny, super happy you were here, man. That was a fucking awesome show, dude. You brought a lot of insights. Just that last point we were touching upon, man, like, it's why we're in the space. It's why we foster these friendships. It's why we dive deep, because it's for these kinds of conversations. Like, you know, we're all here to, like, make money, but what does money do? Money unlocks freedom. You know, we're trying to unlock our freedom for the future. But for me, until we unlock that freedom, these conversations are the most valuable things we have. So I just want to shout you out, Danny. I want to shout out my boys. Also, everybody here is looking particularly handsome tonight. I just want to shout that out as well. But final thoughts. Once again, bringing it back to Danny, you said something about the golden age, and I had to think about that for a second, because, like, what is the golden age? Let's try to define that and kind of nail that down for just a moment. Now, you know me, let's zoom out, and
I need a fucking sound effect for
that. I'd say,
like, well, hold on.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No. It's like if we were looking at history, like, what's the golden age of the internet? Like, right now, we would be, like, waxing and waning about floppy disks, right? So, like, we'd be talking about how floppy disks were the golden age of the internet, and, like, we're here before, you know, like, chat, like, before AOL showed up. And I haven't busted this out for a while, but I'm gonna bust it out right now.
Oh God.
We are here, okay? We are here, right? And
love
that's
that
the
chart.
floppy disk. Like up here is like Amazon, and then we go on this whole crazy journey. Now, I think there's a lot of different there's lots of golden ages to touch upon, and we're just touching upon the first golden age. Yeah. So never feel FOMO if you're just showing up to this space. Never feel like you missed out on something, because we're going to continue to all go down this rabbit hole, go on this journey together, and we're going to continue to have golden ages. And like right now, we did just go through a golden age, but that golden age is setting up the next golden age of technology and the next thing that's coming around the corner. So never give up, never feel like you came in too late, because like we are still at the beginning of a beautiful journey together. And once you do dive into this beautiful journey together, take all the final thoughts tonight. Network, love your boys, you know, because that's going to help you along your journey, and that's going to provide your own personal golden age. And I'm enjoying this golden age right now. I look forward to the next one, and I'm gonna look forward to it with you guys. And one day we'll all be financially free, and we'll be, you know, all enjoying the playground together.
For sure,
Drinking
man.
beer
That's all
with,
I got.
with our boy
I'm telling you,
German,
Jeremy, you are a, you know, you're a Gandalf in a lot of people's eyes, and you're a Gandalf in my eyes, and you're a wonderful wizard with words, but more with action. So I appreciate you, bro. Dannyukes, you have the floor, my brother. I need you to channel your inner sensei. You're already a sensei in my eyes. What do you got to tell the people, your fans, your family, and all of us?
First, it's just shout out to you guys. Like DeadStock, you nailed it on the head. Jeremy, you're just so much insight from our conversation. Content, you're the boy, and Walshy, you know, you're the silent wizard in the back, bro. Like it's it's all good stuff. Like this conversation, like I needed this because you know, a lot of it's in my head, and then the rest of it is I talk with my roommate and my girlfriend and our roommates. And so when I get the opportunity to not like tweet out or in a Discord, like when I get to actually talk it out with people that understand and see the vision, it's the best thing. So thank you so much for giving me the platform. And then the other thing I want to say is just that, like, just because I have a punk doesn't mean shit. Just because anyone has a punk doesn't mean shit.
Damn.
Like I saw my followers increase so rapidly. I saw like everyone's so nice to me all the time all of a sudden, but it's like, dude, it means nothing. Like it's a piece of social equity. Like that's literally all that it is. But the reality is we should continue to judge each other based on how we act and the content of our character. And not to be fucking corny, but like, you know, it's the same idea. It applies to the metaverse, the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. And just like,
we're a golden age.
Yeah, dude, golden age for the golden rule. Golden rule for the golden age. I don't even know, dude. It's all just good things. And the other thing is that you can do it. Like if you're watching this right now, you are like we just said, you're ahead of so many people. 99% of the world have no idea what's going on right now, but you do. That is so important. And it's like, just take a second to breathe. Sometimes, you know, everything is so exciting and we're moving so fast and like there's a million different things going on, but you know, take a second, slow down, go outside, take a walk, realize that the real world's still going on, and you know, there's a lot of time for us to figure this all out, and we're so early, and one day we're all going to be gurus. Like seriously, if you started NFTs like last week, like 3 months from now, you're going to be so much more knowledgeable than you are right now. Like a year from now, I'll be so much more knowledgeable than I am right now, just because that's how it works. Like right now, I see so much passion and so much connectiveness and like networking, like you're saying, and like just so much activity going on. And it's like, it's a renaissance. It really is. Like this is the most exciting time of our lives, and we have to fully embrace it. And I think that everyone here is doing that. So shout out to everyone. It's amazing things. We're all going to make it. Let's fucking do it, dude.
Dude, I want to say this. Final thoughts. This man is kind of like a Rudy. If you ever seen the movie Rudy. So we all have the inner Rudy.
You better than Rudy, bro. You're not coming in for one play. You making plays.
I played football. I played football my senior year. I have one stat on my entire stat line my senior year of playing football. I got called for a foul that I didn't do. I got a flag called on me.
Yeah, but that guy didn't get up though, so it is what it is.
That's a fact, bro.
Dude, I know I'm gonna catch you guys in the metaverse. Like I said, this elephant is calling my name. If there's a horror movie that ever comes out, cast us all. We are a beautiful cast, and I think an NFT horror movie would blow up the space. That's just a random thought from the Sensei. Live the dream, eat ice cream, and above all,
stay content.
Stay content, homie.
Baby.
Mute your mic. We're gonna go to the music. That this track is jamming. All right, later, y'all. Peace. And also follow everybody on the Discord. Their links and descriptions are all in the description of the YouTube and the Theta. Follow these people. All right. Peace out.
Also, real quick.
What?
Sorry. Do I have time?
Yeah.
We'll be in the Discord afterwards if you want to jam with the gurus.
Jamski. All right, let's go to this Jamski. Later, y'all. Peace.
Was out of reach but never out of mind. Gotta find my peace before I'm out of time. Looking up to God, but I never been religious. Everything I got is on my own and wasn't privileged. Grew up by the bridge, I tried avoiding burning bridges, but won't get over me out here, there ain't no mercy given. Let's go. Whipping wood grain like I'm courtside. I'ma spend a weekend in the north side. Yeah. See the money clear like I'm 4-eyed. I've been on the island, I'm reporting live. Yeah. I've been driving whips on the shoreline. Never let a hater fuck up your mind. Remember always wondering who am I? Yeah, now I know, dog. Yeah. Black truck drive on the 495. How I'm in a fight with my shorty on the side. Said you